Hello and welcome to the Glesga podcast. Coming up this week,
we're discussing hangover cures. If you've got one, then let us know what it is. And if somebody going, my wife. Hey, you better not be hungover. No, no bother. No bother, you're pushed out, you're not. Your head's bursting, but you're going, I don't want her bursting my arse, right? But obviously, you get a bolt. Nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you just get a bolt. You know, sometimes what happened, I'm feeling quite good. I've ate at McDonald's and then your face comes up my phone and I'm going to hose. And there's nothing you can do about that. Anyway,
see,
what do you do in your NutriBullet?
So I would have berries. So I would have some
berries.
Aye, some berries.
What, out the back garden, right? Talking about you're going to get yourself a diarrhea, son.
Have some berries, some oat milk.
Oat milk?
Oat milk and some avocado. And flaxseed.
Alright, a fucking sex change. What are you talking about? For fuck's sake, man.
But before then, we're talking about the top 5 hangover cures.
Well, I didn't realise now that we were a lifestyle show, right? Fair enough. But I suspect we're here to serve our audience, and I suspect if our audience is halfway anyway, I imagine they'll be listening to this. They take a right good bevy. So therefore, they would probably have been faced with the dilemma of getting steaming, waking up the next day and having a hangover. Now, first of all, right, you know what causes hangovers? Do you know this? What causes a hangover?
It's mostly dehydration, is it though?
Exactly. So what happens is, the reason you get a hangover, right, is you're drinking, and the alcohol dehydrates you. You might have noticed when you're in the pub or you were drinking, you're pissing a lot more, right? And that's just the fluid leaving your body, right? So you're peeing it all back out and it's taking everything out your body. And then when you're dehydrated, you start to get inflammation of the brain, and that's what causes a hangover. It's no serious. I don't believe anybody ever died of a hangover. It's no serious. But they're very, very unpleasant. It's horrible to wake up in the morning with a hangover. You know what I mean? And you go out and you've got to drive your bus and all that, right? And take the wains to school in the motor, right? And you're pissed, right?
I've been to an oxygen bar when I was hungover.
You've been to where?
An oxygen bar.
For fuck's sake.
You never been to one of them?
No, but I paid a homeless guy to fart in my face once. A fucking oxygen bar. You're a tadger, man. You need your balls booted.
Well,
and where the fuck are these oxygen bars?
So you get them at like music festivals and stuff if you're hungover.
So you've got a hangover, but that's okay. Downloads in 4 months. Brilliant. But I'll be able to go down to fucking Leicestershire or whatever it is, Donington, and get a fucking oxygen bar.
And people have IV drips and all that, like vitamin drips.
They're in Vegas. I never used to get hangovers. Right? I'm serious about this. I never, ever suffered from hangovers. I don't know why. I can't explain to you why. I never get tests done. I never walked up to the Royal and went, by the way, I've been pushed out my nut for 2 days, going to give me a CT scan. I want to know what's happening here. I should be hungover. Now, in my 50s, I started getting hangovers. But all the way through my 20s, 30s and 40s, honestly. And I thought about this. And actually, it transpires. And this is a terrible thing to admit. I was that drunk. I was still pissed the next day. That's why I never had hangovers. I was still steaming. And what happened was, I used to drink whatever I wanted to drink, just whiskey and gin and beer and Guinness or whatever, wine and brandy and toilet duck and Jay's fluid, whatever I could lay my hands on. And then I would eat. And because we're comedians and we're late at night, so I would finish a gig. I'd be in a hotel, for instance, somewhere, Leicester or Nottingham or fuck knows where. And what would happen is, we'd finish the gig at 11 o'clock. You'd get a few scoops in the venue. Then you get back to your hotel, get a few scoops in the hotel, and then you would be eating. So I would be eating at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning while I'm still drinking. And what that does is, when I was eating, that kind of bagged me up so that I didn't need to go to the toilet as often. And so then I didn't dehydrate. So that's how it happened. So I ate a lot while I was drinking. And then I would go to bed. And I woke up. Now, I'm fairly certain I couldn't drive a motor or anything the next day. If I get breathalyzed, I'd maybe get done for drink driving. But I think I would definitely, if I got a blood test done, I would definitely get done for drink driving. Maybe. I don't know. So I would never drive a car the next day. So I would plan things because I kind of knew, I'm not going anywhere tomorrow. Let's get mad with it. So that's what I was doing. I was eating, and that stopped me getting hangovers, and that explained it.
So is that one of your hangover cures?
Well,
you would say have a good
what
meal.
was interesting, and I tell you what I would do as well. So there was just a way of managing. So I would drink, and I wasn't aware of what I was drinking. I wasn't bothered about counting it or otherwise. I don't know if it was a lot. I don't know. I was drunk, right? And I would eat. And I would drink, I would drink things like water and juice or, a soft drink, ginger or something, iron brew, whatever, cola. And that seemed to stave off the hangover. So I was kind of suffering for hangovers because what I was doing, I was staving, I was staving it off. I was preventing it. Because I remember reading something years and years and years ago when I was really in my 20s. And it was a thing in the newspaper about this, about a hangover. And I remember reading it. And people were saying this is what you should do to stop hangovers. And they say if you just even drink 2 pints of water, well, you'll probably piss the bed. I imagine. Right. But if you drink 2 pints of water, if you keep yourself rehydrated, I mean, I've got some friends who are quite, what's the word? Sophisticated people, right? No like me at all. And you would go out drinking with them, and you've got the nutters go, I made a bevy. Do you want another drink? Am I still breathing? Right, bang. And you've got other people that would take a drink, and they would have a glass of water next to their drink.
Aye.
So they're constantly. That's a good way to stop a hangover, to prevent a hangover.
That's why in America and Europeans, you always get water with your meal. They always give you tap water or bottled water because they drink water in between drinking. Whereas we don't tend to do that here.
Can I have some water on the table? Yeah, you fucking you weirdo.
Eating's cheating.
Aye.
What they say is a prevention, first of all, before you go to bed.
Yeah.
But also 2 paracetamols as well.
No, ibuprofen.
Right.
You see, these are anti-inflammatories, but don't take ibuprofen on an empty stomach. But you can do that as well. But as long as you rehydrate, and tell you what's interesting, I used to find when I was drinking and I would eat something that I wouldn't really drink after I'd eaten. I was going, that's me. So it was a way of kind of stopping me drinking. It didn't do anything for the size of you. You ended up a fat bastard.
Yeah.
Right? You fucking fat as fuck. 3-4 stone overweight, which is not attractive, people.
See, that was a different generation for me with the comedy because people used to love gigging with me because they could have my drinks tokens. And I'd be antisocial. I'd do my gig, go back to the room, get up in the morning and go and explore the city. And they'd all be
you were one of these, because, but right, okay, comedians are all lone wolves anyway. I mean, you would go like that, you would go up, you've been in a hotel, so there's 4 of you in a hotel, you're in your obviously separate rooms, and so you would find out who's in what room, and you would phone and you go, hello, do you want to go for lunch? And you go, say, I'm writing. I'm not going out for lunch with you prick. Right? So you fucking
I'm
arsehole.
writing, they know I'm writing.
I'm fucking when give you the time of day. Yeah, fucking loser.
So, number one. So,
yeah, satanic dog shagger.
So, number 2. I would say number 2 is, maybe it's a myth, but iron brew or Barocca the next day helps.
Iron brew or Barocca. Well, all you're doing is rehydrating, right? Now, the thing is, iron brew, it's only because it's prevalent, it's ubiquitous in Scotland, it's everywhere, right? So it's bigger than Coca-Cola and all that in Scotland, but generally getting up, cups of tea, cups of coffee, water very quickly, that'll rehydrate you and take it away. But I find, see, if I've got a hangover, cans of Iron Brew in the bath.
Bath of Iron Brew.
No, I don't bath in Iron Brew. Right, fuck's sake. Right, how much Iron Brew do you need in a bath? And then it would be cold and it would stick to you. Right, no, I go in a bath with water in it. I don't fucking...
Lying in an empty bath, yep.
What is he in a bath? Got a hangover. Right, but a hot bath. I mean, my old mother-in-law, she used to say, having a bath is a great hangover cure. And I always remember her saying that. And I've found that sometimes I go up in the morning and I'm a bit jaked. I'm hungover. I've maybe drunk a wee bit too much the night before. Right. And then I'll get a couple of cans of Iron Brew, or maybe even a cup of tea, and go in the bath for an hour and a half. But the cans of Iron Brew are intrinsic, are central to it. Do you ever get the wee afternoon hangovers? You ever get the wee ones where you maybe go out for lunch, and we've been out for lunch, and you fucking start caning it, right? You're going, oh, I'm feeling good, man. And you're hitting it the bed, get some wine and some lager, champagne or scotch. And then you get that wee 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock, that wee mini horrible hangover at the front of your head. Do you ever get that?
Aye.
That's a bastard,
You
man.
either need to keep drinking.
Ah, you either have to fucking just go for it, right? It's the dam busters now, right? Chocolate fuck. Or you need to just go for a meal, your dinner, and just take it away. But there's also a kind of weird tiredness. It's annoying because it's fucked up the rest of the day. You've just got to go for it.
Afternoon drinking's a killer.
Aye. I remember the session we had the other week. I mean, fuck me.
We did drink a fair bit.
Oh, it was great. It was great. I remember being in and watching the football and we're drinking pints of Guinness. And what a lovely pint of Guinness we had. Just down a hatch. Oh, man.
£88 I was for an Uber home. The
Fuck's
guy was raging, man.
Why?
I think you're getting £88, nearly £100 to
Did
take
you
me
shite in his seat or something?
No. No, just
Fucking
piss.
miserable twat. Where's everybody else is going to make £88?
I know. So that's number 2 then.
So Iron Brew is part of the cure, right? So number 3, and I swear by this is without question the perfect hangover cure. If you get up in the morning, and in these days of Uber Eats and Just Eat and whatever else, these fucking apps, you don't even need to get dressed now. In the old days, you had to make an effort and you had to get dressed and walk somewhere or get a taxi or something or go on a bus. But a fully cooked breakfast, square sausage, bacon, tortoise scone, black pudding, haggis, beans, egg, maybe tomato, toast and butter, coffee or tea, orange juice, and can Iron Brew. That's there. A full breakfast. All you do is you go and you Just Eat or your Uber Eats or some app, and you go like, breakfast near me now, and you go like that. You've got to wait 30, 40 minutes, but you order it, and it's going to cost you £20, but you order it, and it just gets brought to, the mountain comes to Muhammad, right? And it's brilliant, man. And the guy comes to your door and you're fucked, you're a bust couch. And he's like that, there you go, mate. You give him a wee tip, thank you. And then you go in and just throw it down your neck. Drink the coffee or the tea, or you can make tea, whatever, and can Iron Brew. And then up for a bath. And then face the day, you're right as rain.
See, I wouldn't have a fry up because I'd rather have a spew.
You would rather have a spew?
Aye, if I
Oh, no, because that's going to dehydrate you, bear.
I need a spew after I've been out.
Oh, no, you're a quitter. No. You need to push through that. I used to, when I was younger, I'd make myself sick a lot, but I must have built up a tolerance.
If I was going to get a meal, it would be a McDonald's. That helps me.
Oh, hey, by the way, when you're out getting mad with it, there's nothing like junk food. But no spewing. You're going to lose, hydration by spewing. You got to keep it kind of in there. But obviously, you get a boat nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you just get a bulk. You know, sometimes what happened, I'm feeling quite good. I've ate at McDonald's and then your face comes up on my phone and I'm going to hose. And there's nothing you can do about that.
Right, well, before we get on, before we have a mini spew,
Europe.
before we have a mini spew and before we go into the final 2, 4 and 5, we'll have a quick break and then we'll be back to discuss.
But also, we'll have a health warning. Right, we're not advocating this as a good lifestyle to have. Don't drink, don't take drugs, don't overeat. It's no big and it's no clever, people. Right? Just take it easy and fucking live in the moment and be cool.
So welcome back, and if you're still hanging, remember you can visit glesgadad.com or click the social link in any of our bios for our upcoming live shows at either Blackfriars, Bad, and of course don't forget the Edinburgh Fringe. So we're doing the full month at the Edinburgh Fringe, so you can buy a ticket to come and see us, hungover or not.
And also, if you've got a hangover cure, we're discussing hangover cures. If you've got one, then let us know what it is. And if somebody going, my wife. Hey, you better not be hungover. No, honey, bother. You're pissed out, you're not. Your head's bursting, but you're going, I don't want her busting my arse, right? So any cure, if anybody, our listeners out there, our viewers out there, if you know of an absolute 100% banger of a hangover cure, let the nation, let the world know. We've got listeners everywhere from Massachusetts to Kilmarnock. They may be in need of this advice. They may be pissed right now. They may be worried. They need succour and solace and to be comforted. So a hangover cure. So number 4, the love of a good woman. That's a cure for a hangover, right? Because it's curious, right? Here's an interesting
fact. Are they fair? Is that what you mean?
I don't fucking know. I'm talking pitch. Right. No, here's the thing, right? I think you have to ask yourself the reason why you're drinking excessively or taking substances. I mean, having a beer with the boys is a lot of fun, right? We're all out for a drink, and maybe we go to the match or something. I went to the Euros last summer, and fucking 20, 30, 40,000 Scotsmen all drinking in the street. It was fantastic, right? But I didn't get pissed. It's just lovely to be in that moment. But if you're sitting alone, maybe late at night in your house in a hotel, and you're drinking too much and you're taking a substance, you've got to wonder why. Now, this is a serious point, and it's important. Are you medicating because you're anxious or you're depressed or something? Or do you feel you're maybe ashamed or embarrassed? Or you've got some other emotional response that you find very difficult to come to terms with? So what you do is you drink and you go, that's all right, we're going to be all right, The only reason, I've been there, people. And because it's you that's got the problem. Everybody around you, they'd live their life. You've got to ask yourself why you're doing it. If you're regularly drinking to excess, then maybe you've got an unresolved issue. It might be time to go and speak to somebody that you trust, or the doctor maybe, and maybe get referred to somebody, or just a pal, and tell them how you feel. And if you have got problems, it seems to me, if you try to work something out, it's not a good idea to be pissed or stoned, because if you're trying to solve your problem, you're probably more able to solve it with a clear head. That's just my 2 bobs worth.
So number 4 is
the love of a good woman.
The love of a good woman, or a good pal to share your concerns with.
Aye, you see, like you and I, we would often have a conversation. You'd leave and I'd drink myself to fucking death. I'm joking. I'm still alive. Not for the want of trying though. Right.
So this might sound a weird one, but the 5th one that I would have, right, is in my NutriBullet.
In my NutriBullet.
Right.
Stick your balls in your NutriBullet. A NutriBullet. Who the fuck's going, I wonder what's missing in my life. I know. A high-speed fucking blender. That's what I've always needed. A fucking NutriBullet. The only reason I would have a NutriBullet is because they make fantastic pina coladas. Right? What you do is, and you need a NutriBullet for the ice cubes, because you buy the ice cubes out the supermarket, because I don't know the recipe in my house. Right? And you put ice in a NutriBullet, and then you get coconut cream, pineapple juice, and a shot of rum. Not too much. Just dilute to taste, right? And you fucking NutriBullet. Anyway,
See,
what do you do in your NutriBullet?
so I would have berries. So I would have some
Berries.
Aye, some berries.
What, out the back garden? What are you talking about? You're going to get yourself a diarrhea or something.
So no, frozen at the freezer.
Frozen. Oh, you're going to... Your colon's going to get hit then.
I'd have some berries, some oat milk.
Oat milk?
And oat milk and some avocado. and flaxseed.
I had a fucking sex change. What are you talking about? For fuck's sake, man. Berries. What?
Frozen berries.
Frozen berries.
Oat milk.
Oat milk. Oat milk.
Aye. Because
Right.
it makes it nice and creamy. And then some avocado and some flaxseed, and that's like a great...
Flax seeds.
Flaxseed.
What's
aye.
that?
It helps with the digestive system. Helps you shit. You've never heard of flaxseed?
Flax seeds. It's something to make clays with.
No. No, it's called flax. It's like a good source of fibre.
It's a good source
But
of
it's
fibre.
good for your guts.
Good for your gut.
Aye.
Aye, brilliant.
But no too cold or
And-
you get brain freeze.
Aye, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, and you get either brain freeze or you get a thing behind your belly button.
That's why you don't use ice, you use the frozen berries, and that's what makes it cool.
You're a pampered, middle-class balsamic vinegar wanker.
I don't put balsamic vinegar in it.
Oh, but you've got it in the house.
Just my salad.
I bet you've got fucking a 2-litre bottle.
I have
Ooh,
actually.
finest balsamic vinegar of Modena.
Some olive
Yeah,
oil.
wanker.
Olive oil, balsamic vinegar in a salad.
fuck's
Sounds amazing, man. It's good.
You need your balls booted.
That's not going to help my hangover.
Well, it would distract the pain. Right. You know, if you do hangovers really bad, you go, quick, boot me in a boss. Give me a boot right in the slabs. Oh, brilliant. The hangover's not so bad anymore.
Oh.
People out there, if you're watching, we're talking about hangover cures, like, unless you live in his world. So you need a NutriBullet. How much do they cost? £100?
Probably.
Right. And then you need to go to some pretentious supermarket, right, to buy oat milk.
Frozen
Right,
berries.
frozen berries you can get at fucking farm foods. And what else?
Oat milk.
And avocado. Right, and they're getting flown in from Mexico. Right. And so...
Flaxseed.
And flax seeds. Aye. I don't even know where you buy flax seeds. Maybe you get it off the internet along with slimming pills and all that, right? But normal people that's listening, the first four would maybe work for you.
Aye.
I don't know if you need to go to fucking Waitrose
I don't know with tariffs now how much it
and
would
join the
cost.
Tory party or something.
No, I'll not be joining them.
I mean, what's this taste like? I mean, it's fucking must be horrible.
It doesn't taste the greatest, but it's got lots of nutrients.
I mean,
in it.
come on. It'd be like so oat milk to make it creamy, right? So berries, fair enough. I like berries, no raspberries, strawberries, all that shit,
It's
blueberries,
just a smoothie.
right? Oat milk, fucking right, and it's creamy, and then avocado and flax seeds. I mean, it'd be like drinking a bull's cum. What are you talking about? Just get a can of Iron Brew, you fud, or buy a bottle.
Aye, but there's loads of fruit and veg in it.
It's the viscosity of that. It sounds. I mean, I don't like milkshakes and all that. I don't like milky drinks or anything like that. I just fucking no mad for milk, right? I'll eat ice cream and I love a Magnum, as you know, right? A Magnum of champagne. Yeah, but I love, ice lollies and ice cream. I love ice cream and all that. But fucking flax seeds and oat milk, fuck off. It's the texture. Trying to eat that and try to drink that, going, it's pure bogging, man. Nah, people don't. Number 5's just a misnomer, right? And anyway, you get a right good slagging if you get into your local corner shop and go, hello, I wonder, this is good morning. I'd like some oat milk and flax seeds. Yeah, fanny. Get out before we book your boys. Here's a packet of chopped pork. Get to fucking...
So let us know in the comments, as we said, if you've got a go-to hangover cure that's maybe
Absolutely.
maybe not in the top 5, or maybe you've invented it yourself.
Well, I'll tell you, this is that necessity is the mother of invention. Some individual, so one of our listeners may have at some time in his life, right, woke up in the morning, huge bursting, throbbing, right? You know, a really bad one where you can feel your heart beating in your napper and you feel as though you're... I remember how somebody saying my brain's bleeding, right? I mean, a really bad hangover, which doesn't even bear thinking about. You've went... And these are maybe the days before smartphones and fridges and windies and front doors, you know, back in the caveman days. And they've had to get something, whatever's at hand. So there might be something out there that somebody knows about that we don't. So share that knowledge.
So what would you say out of the 5, what would be your top tip?
To just watch what you're drinking in the first place and rehydrate while you're drinking. Stop when you've had enough. But I know it's like you're in the moment and going, come on, it's only been 3 days, man. Come on, we're walking to Cyprus. No, no, this is good at hand. So just don't be afraid to go, I've had enough. You've had enough? What's wrong with you? You've had enough. Say, no, I'm going to an oxygen bar. And then you'll find new friends. Because your current friends will go, there's NutriBullet guy away at the oxygen bar. Right, no bother. Well, we're going up the sports bar to watch a game. You enjoy yourself. You and Michael Jackson's chimpanzee, right, no bother. In the oxygen bar. My hangover having is 2 rolls and sausage with tomato sauce and a can of Iron Brew.
You don't get that in Vegas, so do you?
That's the tragedy. That's the tragedy of Vegas. Is I cannot ever conceive of ever having to phone out like that. Curious enough, do you know what's a really good way to deal with a hangover? See, going out for a walk for an hour, even half an hour, and then just taking a bottle of water by your can of Iron Brew and just drinking it. Just going out and exercising and getting your blood flowing again and rehydrating as you go. That works. I would probably, if I was hungover in Vegas, but I don't ever remember being hungover in Vegas, I would go out and walk up and down the strip because the weather's always lovely.
Because there's always that myth that in Vegas they pump oxygen through the hotel rooms and all that, and it's bollocks.
But do they do that? I don't know that they do.
No, they don't. They don't. They say... There was an old myth that they'd done that to try and keep you awake so that you went down to the casino.
But that makes perfect sense if you're in a casino. I mean...
There's no clocks in the...
No, I know there's no clocks. I'm trying to think. But I'm not a big gambler, so whenever I go to Vegas, I just go to...
Drink.
Just be there.
No.
I don't even drink. I like, shoot the guns, go in helicopters and do all that mad shit. And, having a good laugh. And... I like going to that Hofbrauhaus, the German beer hall in Vegas. Well, I've been to them in Germany and they're brilliant.
Or Tip Top Pizza, that big massive slicey pizza. It's like $20, but it's the size of your body.
Well, I wouldn't eat anything like that, right? But I know, but it's great. The Heart Attack Grill in Vegas. If you're £350, you eat free, but that's twice my weight. So you'd need to be 30 stone.
In America, that's a small to medium t-shirt.
There's people that size.
Yep.
Poor people.
And their mobility scooters.
Hangover Heaven is in Vegas. Check it out online. And if you're ever going to Vegas and you feel you need that, if you can't locate a rolling sausage van in the immediate vicinity, then maybe think about getting an intravenous drip inserted into you by a complete stranger. And trust them putting stuff into your body that is going to be all right. It might be a morphine drip, and then he just robs your hotel room after he's pogered you when you're unconscious.
Right, well, we're going to wrap up and go for lunch on that note to cure our hangover. So remember, you can visit glesga.com or click the bio link in any of our socials and come and see us live in Glasgow at Blackfriars Bad, or of course the upcoming Edinburgh Fringe. Please share the podcast. If you enjoyed this, tell your friends, but if you didn't,
fuck off. So wait a minute. So what do you do to hangover cure? How do you cure a hangover?
Smoothie with flaxseed and avocado in it.
Oh, fucking brilliant! Right, go for it. There's enough comedy in what I said. You're talking about.